Hey, what's good? It's Ace from pfadvice.com. Like, share, subscribe, get notified, hit the bell, leave a comment. Our channel is growing. We want you to be a part of it. Thanks for tuning in. Occam's razor is the belief that if you have a problem, remove all non-plausible solutions, the simplest solution with the least assumptions is probably the answer. Kevin Feige introduced Mahershala Ali as the MCU Blade in 2019. Remember that? Besides 2 voiceover lines in Eternals, we got nothing. How can the MCU mess up badass vampire killer? What is going on? What's the holdup? I'm not going to talk about the false starts and behind the scenes drama. I want to discuss the elephant in the room. Disney was never going to make a Blade film. What other reason is there? I don't think Disney sees the value in Blade, how Blade fits into the MCU, and I don't think we will get a Blade film until after 2030, if ever. Yes, I know they hired directors, actors, commissioned scripts, but I really don't think Disney had serious plans to ever release Blade. Warner Discovery filmed a $90 million Batgirl film and shelved it like it was nothing. Here are 7 reasons why the MCU was never going to make a Blade film and why we won't get one anytime soon. Number 7, they were never going to make a Blade film. They wanted the PR of an Oscar winner. Mahershala Ali won 2 Best Supporting Actor Oscars for 2016's Moonlight and 2018's Green Book. I'm not defending Disney or the MCU. Take your Blade fanboy hat off for a moment and think like a corporation. A double Oscar winner contacts you and says, I want to play Blade. What do? The MCU took full advantage of the PR stunt and hype of a double Oscar winner for their own benefit, but they had no intention of making a Blade film. You couldn't buy this type of hype, and they had us on the hook for 6 years. We're still on the hook. It completely worked. We got suckered, and we still want our 2019 promise, even though Ali is 51 now. Blade is a horror IP. Blade made his debut in The Tomb of Dracula #10 in 1973. Many issues featured a different vampire hunter trying to stop Dracula, and Blade stood out. It was a horror comic. Wesley Snipes' Blade trilogy, especially the first 1998 film, is a horror and action hybrid. I don't know if Disney wants to tackle superhero horror. You have to remember Ali was announced in 2019 during the Infinity Saga and right before the Multiverse Saga. Let's expand on that. Number 5, no place for Blade in the Infinity or Multiverse Saga. Can you imagine Blade in Infinity War or Endgame? He's a half-breed human vampire who kills vampires. Blade would need to be in his own world killing vampires. How do you get Blade on screen with Spider-Man or Iron Man? How would Blade fit into that? Besides a voiceover in 2021's Eternals, the MCU didn't know what to do with Blade. It's obvious. I know you don't care about that. I don't. Disney does, or they used to. The MCU hasn't done interconnected universes since 2019. It's weird. You gave Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night their own series in their own worlds. Why not a Blade show or a Blade film? I'm just saying that as a corporation, Disney saw the potential of using Ali's aura as a double Oscar winner for their benefit, but they never saw a place for Blade in the MCU or even in their disconnected solo films, which they do all the time now. It's ridiculous. Number 4, Disney sees no value in Blade. Yes, they brought back Wesley Snipes in Deadpool and Wolverine, I get it, but you only went to see that film for Wolverine's canary yellow costume. Snipes' supporting role was awesome, but it wasn't his film. Disney made 3 Ant-Man films, a Moon Knight series, an Eternals film, The Marvels, a Shang-Chi film, a virtually unknown character, an Iron Fist series, but no Blade film? They obviously don't see the value in Blade, don't know how to incorporate him in the MCU, don't want to sell Disney-fied horror to fans who won't appreciate it, admit it, and they don't know what to do with him. If Disney thought Blade could make $1 billion and Disney wants that, we would have had 2 Blade films by now. They obviously don't. Number 3, there is no place for Blade in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Last time I checked, there were 50 plus actors in Doomsday alone, and none of them included Snipes or Ali as Blade. But who knows? Doomsday will be the only MCU film in 2026, and Secret Wars will be the only MCU film in 2027. Disney wants to make $1 billion or more with each of these films. That's why that's happening. Disney lost a lot of fan goodwill. The Thunderbolts has the second worst opening of any MCU film. Go see that film if you want to help it out. Don't just argue with me in the comments. And they still have to stop the bleeding and rehab the MCU brand. Before 2020, the Marvel logo guaranteed success. Not anymore. They're not going to focus on introducing Blade in Doomsday or Secret Wars. If they release a Blade film in 2028 or 2029, they have to start filming in 2026 or 2027. We would have heard of it by now. After Secret Wars, Marvel is supposed to pivot to the mutant saga, so where does that leave Blade? Visit pfadvice.com. pfadvice.com is a personal finance and comic book entertainment site. I write weekly columns there. pfadvice.com is owned by District Media. I want to sincerely thank them for sponsoring this video. Number 2, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Wesley Snipes is 62. Sure, he could probably do an old man Blade film, but it doesn't look like the MCU wants that. Ali is 51. Both men look great for their ages, but a new Blade franchise will have 3 films at least, and perhaps interconnect with other properties like Moon Knight or Rebel by Night if the MCU can figure out horror properly. You're going to get 1 film out of Snipes at 62. MCU don't want that. If they hire Ali, they still have to justify wasting 6 years of his life by now. He signed on when he was 45. Ali has missed out on other roles waiting on Blade. Do you know how messed up that is? If the MCU hires a 28-year-old or 35-year-old new actor as the new Blade tomorrow, they will be held to pay online. Fans will start hate campaigns looking for justice for Snipes and Ali. Marvel is damned if they do and damned if they don't by now. Number 1, face it, we're not getting a Blade film anytime soon. At this rate, we're never getting a Blade film. Marvel has reduced the number of shows and films they produce annually. Doomsday and Secret War is the priority now, as well as rehabbing the brand. Blade is a horror IP. The MCU does not do horror well, and if they value Blade, we would have had 2 films by now. We're not getting a Blade film at this point, if ever. Occam's razor. Even if we get a Blade film tomorrow, which we won't, it won't be Mahershala Ali, and Disney has to deal with the backlash of promising the role to him and wasting his time and our time for all these years. I want my Mahershala Ali Blade film, but I know I'm never going to get it. What do you think? Why hasn't Disney made Blade? Will we get one before 2030? Will Mahershala Ali ever play Blade? Comment below. Thanks for watching.